This is the Kitchen Sink WP Podcast, episode 410.
I program my home computer.
We have a server crash, 404 error, page not found, links aren't working, system is crashing, system is crashing, system is crashing.
Your old HTML website, barely alive. We have the technology. We have WordPress. A new website, better than it was before. Better, stronger, faster. We have the technology.
Why, hello everybody, this is Adam Silver, the host of the Kitchen Sink WP Podcast. Thanks for being here. Let's get started. First and foremost, Happy New Year to you. It is 2022 as I record this, and the day this drops, it's the 3rd of January. So, wow, last year just flew right by, in my opinion. It's how it felt, at least. It went really quick, and yeah, mostly good stuff. So, looking forward to 2022, the new year, right? Right here, right now. That's crazy to me. Anyway, all right, moving along to upcoming events. No WordCamps at the moment, but there is a course that I was invited to. It's free. It's called a Crash Course in Jamstack with Headless WP, Astro, and Buddy. It's on Wednesday, January 12th. It's about a week from now. I was invited to this via LinkedIn by my buddy Mache, and I believe, who else was the other person speaking on this? Also made together by, what's his name here? Daniel Olson. It's a conference. It's not a conference. It's a webinar about CI and CD, which stands for Continuous Integration and Continuous Delivery and Deployment. So it's developer-centric, etc. Link will be in the show notes. It's through linkedin.com. That's how they're kind of doing the event, over at buddy.works as well. I'll put a link in the show notes. Check that out if you're interested in that type of thing. It's at 5 p.m. UTC, January 12th is what they're saying. So there you go. That's the upcoming event there. And that is it. Yeah, that's it for the upcoming events. Moving on to segment 1 in the news. It's been a fairly light week last week with New Year's and all. So that being said, the only thing I want to mention is that WordPress 5.9 is still on track. Beta 4 is the latest version that's being tested. Of course, testing is needed. People can still submit help, bugs, reporting, etc. Don't use it on a live site. There's a way to install it offline in the most up-to-date versions without having to use it on a live site. So if you want to test, by all means, be a tester. That'd be fantastic. All right, moving on to segment 2, the meat potatoes of this week's episode, e-commerce alternatives. Because in December, I forgot to do this episode. I totally just forgot. Anyway, WPEasy Cart is this week's topic because alternatives to, like, WooCommerce being the elephant in the room. That being said, WPEasy Cart apparently is really popular in the Googles, if you will, when you search things for alternatives to Woo. And so I checked it out, and I went ahead and installed it locally via the repo. Most recently, it's been updated 4 weeks ago, so pretty relevant and current in its development. I activated it, and right off the bat, a setup wizard appears. It tells you to thank you for choosing WPEasy Cart for your store. This wizard should not take you more than 5 minutes. So it's kind of like the old school 5-minute install for WordPress. Kind of reminds me of that. Section 1 gives you the page setup. It tells you that they're going to be creating 3 pages for you: cart, account, and store. Now note, I did actually have to go to my dev server and turn off and put in draft mode about 30 other pages because I use the same site consistently over and over again to test things. I think I have 90 plugins on that site, most of them turned off, and 50, 60 pages that I've created things on. They're all in draft mode. I didn't want to confuse things. So I did that first, and that was ideal. Again, cart, account, and store were created. Other options in that first page were, on the first screen, were cache, SSL, and SEO setups. I left that all alone for the most part because, again, it didn't really matter. I'm running local. And then you have other options there for location. I selected North Carolina. And then the other 2 areas on that first page wizard were payments and shipping. And I wasn't too worried about that because I don't need to worry about it at the moment. So from there, we can try the site itself, just look at it, or you can install demo data. And I did that. I'm like, you know what? Let me try to install demo data. And I had a purpose behind this. I'll get to that in a second. And I clicked that button and it did. And so it saved a ton of time. Now, visiting the store, once I did that, in incognito window was pretty cool. Nice default and layouts of the products. It was like clothing. It's like a clothing store as a demo. It was pretty neat. Adding to the cart was easy enough. And then I went back to the dev site on the front end, not inside incognito, and I saw a gear icon on the left side. I thought this was interesting. I clicked on it, and a little slide out appears, giving me options for device views. like desktop columns, landscape, tablet landscape, portfolio. Really cool. And you can actually click another button within that little area to see what they'll all look like. You can set different columns up, click a third button, and get another window pops up to show you this is what these will look like in different orientations and formats on mobile. Really quite cool. I thought that was kind of neat. One of my favorite things was that, actually. Going back to the dashboard and the actual settings of EZ Cart, there are a lot more settings to mess with. And I mean, it's like, like any other thing, it can be a little overwhelming, but taking my time, I want to check out how to actually add a product. And coupons, as I always want to do, be consistent in my testing of these alternatives here. So I created a product. I clicked create product. I'm given options for product status, active or not active. I chose active. Feature on the main page, yes or no? I said yes. Product type. Now, this was interesting. The product types were, for example, classic retail product, service product, ticket or event, class or online event. And there's more, downloadable item, ebook, donation, invoice, subscription, membership, and then even more. That first section of more, like from downloadable onward, all require a pro or premium level version of this plugin, which I thought was interesting. And we'll get to that in a second about why that's interesting. But so I just created what did I do? I think I just did a basic product type being a service. That's what I did. I did a service. And I gave it a title and a price because you need to get some more fields and a photo and a description. It was not a problem. I said submit and done. And then even more options come up. Possibly too many, in my opinion. There's just a lot of different options here in setting up a product. And maybe I'm just not used to the interface. It could be that, or maybe it just, I don't know. There's just a lot going on this page. So I can, it's okay. So I submitted it, I was done, etc. Poking around more, I want to move now onto the coupons area because I always want to see how do I set up coupons or discounts for people. And looking everywhere, every setting of every page of the plugin itself, I couldn't find where to add a coupon. So then I went over to Google and I said coupons for WPEasy Cart and found a video from them. Turns out I need the pro level. So I'm like, that's interesting. So still poked around, looked at some other stuff, tax table, shipping, all those alternatives, etc. And I can see why people like it. It's a good, solid plugin. It has all the features you might want. It's simple enough. I thought, actually, it was a bit overwhelming in one aspect. But, it's the free level works for that. Not ideal, in my opinion, that you need a digital download product requires that pro level, along with coupons. But that's their decision from a developer perspective and a business decision. So what I also do like a lot about it was that you can easily uninstall the demo data. I've seen many plugins and services that you have to go in one by one or even do in batch, but remove all the demo data. Here, you click one button and it's all gone. And that was pretty cool. So that being said, it's a solid alternative. Pricing is free up to $99 a year, depends on what level you want. The free gives you all the stuff you basically need, and payment gateways would be Stripe, Square, and PayPal. The paid versions give you like 30 other integrations as far as payment methodologies go. And, I can see the allure. I really can. It works. It's solid. They've covered all the bases. I just think some of the UI and UX was a bit overwhelming, personally speaking. So there you have it. If you want an alternative to WooCommerce and you still want to stay within WordPress, maybe WPEasy Cart is your option of choice there. So that's that. Check it out. Maybe use it for something new this year. Probably not. Only because I really like EDD. I like the idea of doing digital downloads as a base level free. I don't know. That's just me. Anyway, okay. Moving on. Segment 3, Tip and Tool of the Week. This week's tip, it's a course. My friend Rene, who was on this podcast back on episode 397, she has a course now about getting testimonials. It's called the 20-minute testimonial process. It's over on her website, which I will put a link in the show notes. And it's actually really affordable. What's the cost on this? I believe it was $60, $59. So there you go. Pretty cool. Check it out. Link in the show notes. All right, that is it for this episode. If you have any questions, go ahead and send it in via email, adam@KitchensinkWP.com, or use the speak pipe function on the website. You can support the show, become a Patreon. There's a place on the website for that. There's a form to become a sponsor. If you're looking for coaching this year, I'd like to help you out, adamsilver.com. Thanks for listening. See you next week. Now go out and do some awesome things with WordPress. All right, bye-bye.